Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new school year. I know you're pumped up and ready to go. This is Bill Blakely, and I am going to do my best to introduce you to Odysseyware, kind of what you can expect, some of my expectations, tell you a little bit about myself. So here we go. I'm Bill Blakely. This is my 30th year at Gull Lake. And I know that's hard to believe because when you see my picture, I only look like I'm 35. I did actually start teaching at the high school when I was 5 years old. Here we go. Here's my family. I have a son named Drew. Drew is 22 years old, just turned 22 a couple weeks ago in August, and he is at the Graduate School University of Richmond in Richmond, Virginia. He graduated last spring in 3 years with a kinesiology degree from the University of Virginia. And he's attending Richmond for grad school, and he's also playing baseball there. He played this summer for the Kalamazoo Growlers, actually. This is my daughter, Elise. Elise is a senior at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. She is going into art education, and she is going to be done this year, except for her student teaching. So if you have anyone that hears of an opening in the area of art for a teacher, let me know. That's me. That's my wife, Gretchen. Gretchen and I have been married for 33 years. She is awesome, and she also is a mentor for Gull Lake High School, for the Gull Lake Partnership, actually. So she might be the mentor for some of you. She did work at the high school for a few years as well. So that's my family. Here's some things that I enjoy. I do enjoy baseball. I coached baseball at Gull Lake for 24 years and maybe 26 years, actually, if you include the JV. And I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I do have probably an unhealthy affection for the Chicago Cubs. I have the MLB app on my television, and every single night at about 11 o'clock, I watch the Cubs game. They play 162 games in a year. I probably don't watch maybe 10 of them. This summer, I did go to 3 games at Wrigley Field in Chicago, and I also went to 1 game when they played the Phillies in Philadelphia, so that was fun. I do really like chocolate chip cookies, so if your grade is terrible in this class and you would like some extra points, all you have to do is find my address and mail me some cookies. On the nights when I don't watch the Cubs game, if they have an off day, I usually watch The Office. I think that show is hilarious, and all of the announcements that I give you during the course of this year will reflect my affection of The Office. Here's what you can expect from me. I'm going to try to make this as good of an experience as you can get. Learning math online is not easy, so I am here for you all the time. I will answer your questions within 24 hours, and usually I'll do it fairly quickly to when you actually ask it. And I'll always grade your work. Our policy is within 72 business hours, but I don't think there's ever been a time. I know there wasn't a time all last year that I didn't have stuff graded within 24 business hours. If you submit a bunch of stuff on a Saturday night, I'm probably not going to grade it on a Sunday, but we'll get her done on Monday. So those are the things you can expect from me. If you want me to make you a video to help you learn, then I can do that. If you message me and I respond that way and that helps you, we can do that. Any way I can help you, that's why I make huge dollars. Here's what you need to do. Ask questions when you have them. This is a screenshot of what it's going to look like when you're in Odysseyware and you're answering questions. If you have a question about number 2, for example, down here at the bottom, there's a spot where it says ask for help. Just click on that and say, hey, Mr. Blakely, I'm confused about the difference between an integer and a whole number. Can you help me? And then that way, I know exactly which question you're on so that I can do it. If you do this message up here, that's just a general message, and that's harder for me to figure out where you're at. So please ask using this button right here in Odysseyware. Please stay on pace. Of those that stayed on pace last year, there were exactly 0 that failed the class. Actually, there was 1 because she cheated. But if you stay on pace and do your work, you're going to do well in the class, well enough to pass, even if you hate math. We're going to get through it together. This is a problem right here, I think, is do your own work. Make sure that you don't use websites to cut and paste your answers. You can't do that. Well, I mean, you can do it, but it's not what you're supposed to do. It's not ethical, and then you get a 0 for cheating, and then you go into the academic integrity program. You don't want to do that. So, can you use the internet to help you? Of course you can. Can you cut and paste answers from the internet? Of course you can't. So don't do that. And usually I can tell. So if you are going to do that, then make sure that instead of doing that, if you're just going to cut and paste answers, instead of doing that, make sure you ask me questions and I'll gladly help you. Here's how you can get a hold of me. The easiest way is through Odysseyware, like I showed you. But I also have an email address through the school that you can email me there. Or you can contact me on my cell phone, and there's my number. Feel free to call me or send me a text when you want to. And that's about it. My cat was making some noises over there. So anyways, it's a pleasure meeting you. I look forward to helping you this year with Odysseyware. And in the event that you have any questions, then feel free to ask. Alrighty. Thank you much. Enjoy your day.